It was one of those days. It was a beautiful day. The sky was blue white. There was not a cloud anywhere. All the outdoorsmen have a different name for a sky like this. Baseball players call it a high sky because it seems to go on forever. Well, baseball was Bob's game. Had been since he was a little boy. And here he is now 21 years old, playing in the college league. As part of the college league, he was given room and board by an older couple, and two of his roommates were also there. The night before, they had played a game and lost horribly. In fact, Bob had won the honor of being the beer batter. You get to be the beer batter when you strike out 3 times. And then the stadium gives out free beer for that half inning. Bob was a little down in the dumps about that, but that morning his teammates were razzing him about it. Bob played along, being the good-natured guy that he was. After breakfast, his teammates decided to lounge around. Bob got his gear together. He was the catcher, so he had all that gear. Threw it in the duffel bag along with a few extra balls and an outfielder's mitt. Walked the 2 blocks to the baseball field. When he got there, the groundsman was in the process of lining the field. Now, if you know what the shape of a baseball field looks like, there are these 2 long lines that lead out from home plate all the way out to the outfield. Those are the foul lines. They define the field. In the middle of the infield, that closest to the plate, there's a hill. It's called the mound. It's a very important piece of equipment to a pitcher. And Bob, being a catcher, knew just exactly how important that mound was. It has a rubber strip on it called the pitching rubber. And it's from the pitching rubber that the pitcher launches his pitches. Bob would catch the pitches. Well, he worked very hard. He groomed the mound for his pitcher. And just as he was finishing, his pitcher showed up. It was a new player, barely out of high school. He hadn't had a couple of classes at the local junior college. He wouldn't have been allowed in the collegiate league. He was nervous. This was his first time pitching. So Bob took out the balls and a glove, and he tried to calm his pitcher down. And he told him how important it was that they worked together, that the pitcher watched the signal so that he understood what pitches to throw. He said, together, we are the battery. And so, when the game started, the pitcher had settled down and he was ready to go. Struck out the first 2 batters, walked the next 2, but then got the next man to ground out. Well, the bottom of the first inning, Bob was up to bat. He was 4th. He was the cleanup hitter. And he walked into the batter's box, right-handed batter, and he got that bat, tapped it on the plate, wiggled his hips, set his feet, looked at the bat, made sure that the trademark was down so that the bat didn't shatter. Was ready for that first pitch. That first pitch came at him just under 100 miles an hour. And Bob decided with this 32-ounce piece of wood, he could hit that ball. And swish! He missed it. The umpire says, strike 1! Bob sets his feet again, takes a deep breath, taps the bat, checks the trademark. This time, the ball comes in, and crack! Bob hits that ball 352 feet down the left field line, over the fence, goes into his home run trot, and all the time he's thinking as he rounds those bases, I'm not the beer batter tonight. And he gets home, and he had 2 runs because the man in front of him had been on first base. So his team was leading 2-0. Bob came up again in the 6th inning, got in the plate, or in the batter's box, right next to the plate, pawed the dirt, got it just right. Watching that pitcher. The score is now 3-0. His pitcher was doing real well. So here comes this next ball. He's waiting for this pitcher. And ball 1. Well, okay, fine. We'll do this. Strike 1! What do you mean? Oh, okay. And as he's doing this, the next pitch comes at him, and it looks like a beach ball. In reality, a baseball's face is only about 3.5 inches across. And he's got to hit it with this piece of wood whose face is only about 2 3/4 inches. But to him, as he's standing there, it looks like a beach ball, just floating right in, and wham! He hits that ball right over the center field fence. Bob was 2 for 2 at the plate, ran around the bases going, sure not the beer batter tonight. And in the bottom of the 7th inning, or in the top of the 7th inning, the other team tied the score. The manager was looking a little worried about his pitcher, but he left the kid in. Bob was doing the best he could to calm him down, and the pitcher calmed down. Bob got up to bat again. By this time, he knew that the weatherman had lied. He said it was going to be a beautiful day in the upper 80s. It was a hot day in the upper 90s. But Bob was ready. Hot as he was, as tired as he was ready. And when that ball came at him, he hit it again over the left field wall. He's trotting around the bases going, I had 3 home runs today. I had 3 home runs today. Wow! Never again would that happen. But at that time, he was hopeful. By the end of the game, the score had come up that they were winning by 1 run because the pitcher had also hit a home run. Now, the pitcher and the catcher, the battery, had powered that game.